Stephen Kinnock, what's your honest position of where you're at?
So I'll be voting against Theresa May's deal tomorrow. The main reason being that the political declaration on the future relationship is just a load of vague and open-ended waffle, frankly. And I don't think it's right that we agree to spend £39 billion worth of taxpayers' money on a leap of faith. So what we have proposed is Common Market 2.0, which is sometimes called the Norway option as well, where in essence we would change the political declaration to give it real teeth and meaning. We would commit to the to the United Kingdom.
Who's we, sorry, in this instance? A Labour government?
No, so we have a cross-party group. It's a lot of Labour colleagues and Conservative colleagues. It's co-chaired by myself and Nick Bowles, who's a Conservative MP. Mm-hmm. We've been working together for several months now, and I've been banging the drum for this option for over 2 years. And what we are in essence saying is that the 52-48 vote was a mandate to move house but stay in the same neighbourhood. That means leaving the political project, the political institutions, if you like, but keeping an absolutely close and frictionless relationship going with the market, with the 500 million consumers on our doorstep. And I think that getting that balance between sovereignty and prosperity is what we need to get into the political declaration, and I would vote for it if we could get it amended in that way. So Theresa May is not listening.
But does it matter to, I'll start with you, Stephen Kinnock, does it matter to you that your leader, your party leader at the moment, cannot say how he might, how he would campaign if he were to get a general election?
Well, I mean, our formal party position is that we want a customs union and a strong single market deal. Actually, the Common Market 2.0 proposal delivers exactly at that. That is what Norway has with the EU. So I'm trying to put flesh on the bones of our position.
But why can't he? Why can't your leader do that as well? Why can't he say, we've got ideas, we've got great people like Stephen Kinnock in our party delivering on those ideas. Let me explain it to you. That's what Tony Blair would have done.
Look, I mean, I think that I will be absolutely frank with you, Sheila. I am a bit frustrated that we've set out what we want to achieve, but we haven't said how we want to get there. All that we're providing here is a roadmap to get us from what we're saying our objectives are to actually delivering on them. I think it's right that we don't have a second referendum. I think Jeremy is clearly very sceptical of having a second referendum. I think our country is deeply, deeply divided, and going back through all of this again will just drive the divisions even deeper. And I think this is a compromise. It's a way through. It's a plan B.
What's tickled you, Jim Fitzpatrick?
I'm sorry?
What's tickled you that you laughed when I said that?
I think it was Jeremy's position and Stephen's being very polite and respectful about where Jeremy is or isn't. I think it's quite clear that Jeremy's opposed to a people's vote, which I think probably, certainly in London, most party members support, which puts him in conflict with them, which is his big support base. I think probably at least half of the Parliamentary Labour Party are in favour of a people's vote, but it's only Labour Party policy. If he fails to get a general election, when that may come into play, and even in Andrew Marr yesterday morning, he was prevaricating about whether, let alone when it would come into play. I think Jeremy's and John's economic strategy to a certain extent is conditioned on being out of the European Union. I think that they may very well be happy for the Prime Minister to go over the line in her vote tomorrow and then point the finger at her, because their hands would be absolutely clean. But party policy constrains them because at the moment we are for Brexit. We're just for a somewhat better negotiated Brexit, but Labour policy is we're leaving the European Union.
And the people's vote is just one of several options that might be looked at by the party, that would be looked at by the party in the event of no general election. Am I right?
Well, it's one step at a time, and the first step is the Prime Minister's vote tomorrow. If, as is expected, that loses, then the indications are, from reading between the lines, that Labour could very well, at that point, put down a vote of no confidence for debate on Wednesday. If that wins, then obviously the government's got 2 weeks before a general election would be called, unless the Prime Minister did something in the interim. And of course, if the Prime Minister loses her vote tomorrow night, on the basis of last week's amendment, which was approved, she has to get back to the Commons within 3 days,
Monday,
which is next Monday, to lay out her game plan. So there are some very huge votes which will be taken tomorrow, Wednesday, possibly next Monday, certainly within 2 weeks, which will make the situation clearer. But at this point in time, nothing is clear.
Yeah, you're right about that. But the received wisdom, Stephen Kinnock, is that a vote of no confidence brought by Labour would fail. That there wouldn't be sufficient votes to win that. Where does that leave us?
Yeah, I mean, turkeys don't vote for Christmas, so it seems highly unlikely that the Tories and the DUP would vote in favour of a motion of no confidence. The big question then is what Theresa May comes back with on Monday. If she just comes back with more of the same, she'll just lose again, and she continues to make our country into a laughingstock, I'm afraid. I hope that she will see sense, that she will pivot to this form of Brexit that we're proposing, that delivers on the mandate and also protects jobs and does not wreck the British economy. The key objective here is to avoid no deal, and I think to be very careful about going towards another referendum. And I hope that she will see that, and she'll see that there is a growing cross-party consensus for this kind of Plan B. And I think if she does that on Monday, she will receive a very positive response from the House of Commons.
Thank you very much to both of you. To Jim Fitzpatrick, Labour MP for Poplar and Limehouse, and the last voice you heard there was Stephen Kinnock, Labour MP for Aberavon and a member of the Exiting the EU Select Committee.